What's going on, everyone? Back with another video, something a little different. Today I'm just going to be talking over this video and covering a question that's been popping up more often lately. And that question is, hey Q's, are you going to stop doing graffiti? I don't see you getting up as much, not doing any tags, there's nothing of yours on the street. And a lot of you may know I got in trouble here in my town for graffiti. Where I live, there's no graffiti anywhere, so as soon as I started tagging and bombing around here, I stuck out, like a sore thumb. So the detectives eventually came to my door with all my information, this and that. I went to court or whatnot, paid my fees, and that was that. So basically, I can't bomb out here where I live right now. If I bomb, I gotta go travel or whatever, and I don't travel a lot. I stay here and work on my art. And that's exactly what I take advantage of. I'm a person that lives by the moment. So I can't sit here and bomb. So instead of worrying about, working on my graffiti up, I get tired of doing graffiti on paper. It gets tiring. It gets really tiring. If I can't do it on the wall, I'm going to take advantage of the situation. And what I've been doing is trying to expand my talents, and learn different mediums of art, try different forms and challenge myself so I can become more versatile. So when the day comes and I can bomb or I can do some walls, I can throw up more than just lettering. I can, throw up lettering and face or whatever, make it more interesting. Excuse me. So I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time worrying about trying to get up and work on my lettering. I can't do that right now. You know what I mean? Where I live right now, it's basically impossible to go out and paint. And I can do murals and stuff, but where I live, it's not really artsy, man. I'm from the city up north. I'm from Connecticut, and over there to go bombing is no problem. It's normal. It's not too big of a deal. They're more worried about the drugs and the killings and shit like that. So when you're doing graffiti, it's really not a big deal. They came to my door threatening me and everything and made it a big deal, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's just graffiti, you know what I mean? And I wasn't even bombing no big ass pieces because there's no walls here to do that, really. There's some bridges under here, but they even clean out the bridges here. That's what really got to me. I did a piece here under a bridge. Yo, this bridge is far back. I come back not too long after and my shit was erased. And I'm like, damn, they really ain't nobody can see this bridge. You know what I mean? That's not even, they should just leave it. But that's how strict it is out here with graffiti. I mean, this town's so strict. I got a ticket for my grass being too tall. What kind of shit is that? I got a citation warning that I had to fix my car, which had a flat tire in my own driveway. My car sitting in my driveway, pushed up against my garage, and it had a flat tire because it's been sitting there. All I needed was some air. I got a notice on my door saying I need to fix my car or eventually they will tow it if I don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this car is in my driveway, not bothering no one. So you guys get a feel of where I live. You know what I mean? I want to bomb. I love bombing. I love going out and painting. That's the funnest part. I love the rush. It just feels good. Something feels right about it. But I can't right now. And I'm not going to go paint somewhere where they're going to see me again and just come to my door and be like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I got a family. I gotta provide. I gotta stay here. Some of you guys don't understand that, but that's the truth. If I do travel, I'll definitely get up because I have the opportunity to. And I'm going to take advantage. But, hopefully you guys can understand my journey right now and what I'm trying to achieve. The moment I can't bomb, so I'm gonna take advantage of the time and try to expand myself and learn new things. And that's why I've been doing less graffiti and just trying to do different things, things I'm feeling at the moment. I try to go with the flow of life, you know what I mean? I don't sit here and try to plan anything. I try to become calm and relax and live by the day, and whatever I'm feeling, I do. So that's exactly what I've been doing. I know a lot of you guys are not going to agree because you know me as a graffiti writer, but I never said I was a graffiti writer. I consider myself an artist, a creator. I like to do all this type of art, you know what I mean? It's just, all of it's calming to me and makes me feel good. But at the moment, I can't do graffiti. I'm not going to sit here and practice my letterings hardcore all the time on paper. That shit gets tiring if I can't put it up on a wall. It makes no sense to me. So, I sit here and do it on canvases just to try to keep doing graffiti. I can still practice. I gotta feed that side. So that's why I still sit here and do canvases and just try to keep graffiti with me, because I love graffiti, man. That's what I started with. That's what influenced me to become an artist, was graffiti. Back in the city, driving down, seeing all the walls painted, I loved it, you know what I mean? So that's how I started. So I will never leave that completely. I will always be in love with graffiti, and I will always love to create letters. It's just me. I love to create cool letters, make it look crazy. But it gets tiring, like I said, to do it on paper every day. And, I was thinking of just working on videos for you guys on paper too as well. Just to keep sharp with the graffiti and also show you guys some tips and tricks. But just so you guys know, I'm going to be doing paintings and until I get mural jobs. I have an ad out for mural jobs, and hopefully I get some of these jobs so you guys can see me painting. So that's kind of what's going on right now in my life. I have an ad out for murals in my town, for gyms or whatever. But where I live, like I said, it's not really artsy. Art is not really appreciated like that, like it is up north. And it is what it is. So like I said, I take control of the situation and do what I feel in that moment in time, you know what I mean? And hopefully you guys can understand my journey and still continue to follow me, even though you can say I misled you guys. But everyone goes through changes, and this is what my life is right now. So I'm not gonna sit here and claim myself a graffiti writer where I'm not 100% doing graffiti. I'm not bombing. I don't consider myself a graffiti writer. I never wrote that in my profile, graffiti writer, this and that. Nah, I'm an artist. I consider myself a graffiti writer if that's all I did and I went out and bombed every day and that's what I live for. But I don't, so I can't claim to be a graffiti writer. But that's my little rant. Hopefully you guys can understand my journey, my lifestyle at the moment, and hopefully you guys can stick with me and maybe I get some mural jobs so you guys can see me paint at least. And that's pretty much it. Take care.